Welcome to Mortgage 101, where you will learn the important steps of buying or refinancing a home. Hello, I am glad you are here. My name is Nathan Rufty, a mortgage loan originator with over 25 years of lending experience that has your best interests in mind. After listening to this full podcast, connect with me to discuss your home loan needs. Now on with the show. Welcome to another very informative podcast here with Nathan Rufty, mortgage loan originator. The topic today, how can I qualify to buy a house with no money down in California? There are two programs that are true 100% no money for the down payment. You will have money for the closing costs that you will have to come up with and some out-of-pocket costs up front, which would be the appraisal and the home inspection if you elect to do one. But for the down payment, absolutely no money down in California. There's two true, still no money down programs. One is the VA, the Veteran Home Loan Program. The second one is the USDA Home Loan Program. And then there's a third one that does require a down payment, and you can do a down payment assistance program to bridge that gap with FHA at 3.5% down required down payment and a conventional, which is 3% down required minimum down payment for conventional. So you can do a down payment assistance. We call them DPAs in our business. So you can do a DPA with 3 to 3.5% down that will bridge that gap for the required down payment for those two programs. But the two true 100% no money down, VA, USDA. Now, the veteran, the VA loan, you must be an active or retired military personnel, whether that be the Coast Guard, Air National Guard, regular military reservists, can qualify active and honorably discharged from the military because the military is going to give you active, clean status to be able to utilize that program to purchase a property. Once you buy a property on the VA, you can purchase another property even with that VA still in place. There are some caveats to that, but you can have multiple VA home loans out there in the United States. Now, typically, you have a VA, you buy that property with the VA home loan, you sell that property, and it frees that VA loan eligibility up that you can go purchase another property. A lot of veterans think you can use that VA once and it's done. Not true. You can use that VA eligibility multiple times throughout your life. Now, if you're disabled at 10% or more by the Veterans Affairs, which means you get VA disability, that VA funding fee is waived. But if you don't have any eligibility, you're 0% disabled through the VA, there are what's called funding fees that you're going to have to pay for. And first time use, then there's a second time use, then there's an IRRL, a VA interest rate reduction refinance loan called an IRRL that has a different upfront VA funding fee. But if you are disabled at 10% or more through the Veterans Affairs Administrative, you do not pay the upfront VA funding fee. So that's a good thing. The other one is the USDA Home Loan. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer for this program. They are, though, in a designated approved lending area that you can utilize the USDA Home Loan. And below I'm going to have a link to a video that I did about the USDA, so you can click on that link and look at that property. But in California, in all cities, you can utilize the VA home loan, but must be a veteran, active or retired military. USDA, it's available throughout California in designated approved lending areas. So high populated areas like San Diego, LA, San Francisco, Sacramento, you cannot utilize the USDA because they are in approved lending areas. And like I said, I have the link below that you can check out those approved lending areas. But these are true 100% programs, and you do not need to be first-time home buyers to utilize these two great zero money for the down payment programs. Now, you are required for the closing costs. Those closing costs can come from the seller, can come from you as a gift, can come from you as a 401k, stocks, bonds, IRAs, mutual funds, money markets, checking, savings account. You can sell something of value to get that closing cost. Also, I'll have another link below on a podcast that I did regarding the USDA program, the caveats on what's going on with that. So you can listen to that one to its entirety below as well. But here in California, throughout the state, there are those two 100% no money for the down payment purchase programs that you can qualify for as long as you meet, obviously, the underwriting criteria. And the underwriting criteria do change frequently. Throughout the year, they can change, whether it be the funding fees different, the debt ratios are different, the down payment is zero, but the VA funding fee has changed here recently. The loan amount per county can change on the USDA. There's income limits on the USDA, and they're pretty healthy. Those can go up or go down. So I don't want to tell you what they are today because they will change later on. I don't want you to listen to this podcast 2 or 3 years from now and things have changed. So I don't want to get into guidelines into depth too much because those things do change throughout the year. They could. So that's why I want you to call me, and at 909-503-5600, all my contact information is going to be below, that we can dive into current underwriting guidelines to make sure you meet that VA or USDA no money down programs to purchase a home here in California. If you're looking to buy a property and you are a veteran, whether that be active or retired veteran, call me. Let's discuss your options on buying a house with no money down for the down payment. And that's up to the county loan limit. And I'll have a video below on the VA about how the county loan limit works with a required down payment. Up to the county loan limit, you can purchase with no money down. Past that, you can purchase up to $1 million, but you got to come in with a certain percentage, and I'll have the video below explaining that. But up to each county loan limit, and each county has a different loan limit. Some are the same, but each county has their designated loan limits through FHA and VA and conventional, and I'll have that video below for the VA. But VA is a great no money down program here in the state of California. If you're an active active military or retired military veteran, let's look at that program for you. The other one is at USDA. Again, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer for that program. It's a zero money down payment purchase program. And both of these, once you get into the program, the USDA or the VA, you are going to have a streamlined option as long as you meet those criteria as well. You can streamline down to a lower interest rate. So if the market does bear a lower interest rate a year from now, 6 months from now, we can look at refinance opportunities for you to take advantage of the lower interest rates with no appraisal, barely any income. Now, these are all things can change down the line, but as of right now, that's what they are today, is no appraisal. Of course, that's been like that forever, so I don't imagine those things changing. Basically, on the refinance streamlines for the VA, it's called an EARL. The USDA is just a USDA streamlined refinance. Basically, those programs are just saying, we're just going to lower the homeowner's interest rate to put them in a better financial position, as long as the credit's there, the income is not required. They just need to have somewhat of an income coming in. But other than that, these two great programs are available here in the state of California. And that third one I touched bases on, which is a down payment assistance called a DPA, those can bridge the gap. So you can bring in no money down as long as you qualify for down payment assistance. But somebody making $200,000 a year, $150,000 a year in California as of right now, the income limit does not go that high. The programs want to assist somebody making the medium income in that county to be able to take advantage of these down payment assistance programs. So if you're making $200,000 a year, there is one program that has no income limits, but there's some caveats to that. I would keep saying caveat because there's certain underwriting criteria. But if you're making $150,000 a year, there's only one program. If you're making $80,000 a year, that opens up to more down payment assistance programs. So some of those you have to be first-time home buyers, some of them you do not. So those are the things we got to look at for you. You need to explore your options on buying a house. If you got the itch to purchase a property, what are you waiting for? You might be surprised on what's out there available. Now, if you know you got a 520 credit score or 480 credit score, you got some issues and there's something going on there. You're going to work on something on your credit report. But if you got a good lendable credit report score, then let's have a conversation. If you're limited on funds for the down payment, let's have a conversation. I went in depth in my last podcast about the USDA program, a great program we're not utilizing too much here in California. A lot of people don't know about the USDA. Realtors don't know about the USDA. Buyers don't know about the USDA. Some lenders don't know about the USDA. Like You got an LA lender or San Francisco mortgage lender. Well, they don't go to the rural areas. They stay within that body of population, so they don't go out and no down payment assistance because that's just not available in their program. They do their traditional stuff with the jumbo. Where I'm at and where I lend typically in the Inland Empire of California, but I'm licensed in the whole state of California, so I can help you anywhere. But the down payment assistance programs are catered to particular areas that I service mostly. So you got to look at those areas on down payment assistance. USDA, VA is great for the whole entire state of California as well. So going back, if you're looking to purchase a home, call me. Let's look at your options. Let's explore them. And if we can't buy anything now, if you can't do anything, at least you know what you're going to have to do to put yourself in the position to be able to buy a property later on down the road. At least you want to know that if you someday you want to own property in California, then you need to start now. You got to plant that seed so it grows into purchasing a home. If you're not able to do it right now, at least you'll know 6 months, 12 months, 18, 24 months down the line what you need to do to be in the position to be able to purchase a property here in California. So thank you very much for listening to Nathan Rufty about these two great programs. The VA home loan program in California, you have to be active or retired military in good standing. The USDA home loan here in California, it's an approved, and I'm going to have all these links below, but the USDA is an approved lending area that you have to purchase in. So it's not available in all areas. There are approved areas, and I'm going to have a video below on that you can click on to look at those approved areas. My name is Nathan Rufty, a licensed mortgage loan originator here in California, and I'd love to connect with you and explore your options on purchasing a property as well as refinance one in California as well. 909-503-5600. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me, and have a great day. Thank you again for taking the time to listen to this very informative podcast. Remember to subscribe, share, like, and comment. There is no better time than today to explore your options to purchase or refinance a home. Please call, text, or email me at the information below to get started right away, and I look forward in hearing from you.